Shloka number 75.
sadgatiḥ satkṛtiḥ sattā sadbhūtiḥ satparāyaṇaḥ śūrasēnō yaduśrēṣṭhaḥ sannivāsaḥ suyāmunaḥ.
So let us look at the break. If you want to do a sadgatiḥ satkṛtiḥ sattā sadbhūtiḥ satparāyaṇaḥ śūrasēnō yaduśrēṣṭhaḥ sannivāsaḥ suyāmunaḥ. So Namavali will come like Om Sadgataye Namaha, Om Satkṛtiye Namaha, Om Sattāye Namaha, Om Sadbhūtaye Namaha, Om Satparāyaṇaḥ Namaha, Om śūrasēnāya Namaha, Om yaduśrēṣṭhaḥ Namaha, Om sannivāsaḥ Namaha, Om suyāmunaḥ Namaha. So this is what the Namavali breakup will come. So let us look at Sadgataye Namaha. Sadgati means what? Gati means, in again colloquial usage of Gati, we'll say speed. वो तेज गति से जा रहा है, वो शीघ्र गति से जा रहा है. That is what colloquial usage in Hindi means, right? Whereas here gati means actually it's like sat is always means it is good, something positive, what is good. Gati means path. So we looked at a earlier Namavali Muktanam Paramagati in Shloka 2, right? So we say that he is a supreme goal for all the realized souls. So this current Nama, what it says is, Bhagavan will show the right path for those who seek the truth. You do not want to seek the truth. You are going to sit in one place, you will not make any effort at all. But you say Bhagavan should come and show me the right path. Will that happen? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, brother,
it will happen. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So it's not going to happen. Right? Nahi suptasya simhasya mukhe praveshte mrigaha. Not even a deer will enter the sleeping lion's mouth. So everybody has to make effort. That is what the sort of the Namavali is sort of hinting at, right? So basically sadgatiḥ. So basically again the same thing comes. Basically, what is the right path? Bhagavan, if you are on the right path, Bhagavan will remove all the previous samsaras, all the vasanas, etc. And therefore you will be on the right path. And because you are doing chitta shuddhi and bhuta shuddhi, your mind is getting purified, you will not, the chances of you doing wrong things become very, very less because you are holding Bhagavan's hand. Sri Bhattar, he is basically explains the path as one which goes to eternal peace. So he says, Bhattar says, at the time of birth of Sri Krishna, in Mahabharata it says, he says that when he was going to be born, everything was very peaceful. Who saw that these things are peaceful? Only the virtuous people. If you are a dushta, you will not be able to see that things are peaceful. It is like they say, before an earthquake, the birds, the cats, the dogs, all the animals are able to sense that the earthquake is coming, landslide is coming, etc., etc. We cannot see. Right? Similarly, those people are able to see that it is going to be very, very for example, Vishnu Purana, there is a very, there's a very elaborate description of what are the auspicious signs of, when Devaki was going to give birth to child Krishna. Basically, how peaceful the atmosphere was, it is, there. So, if I remember correctly, it says that, there were very, very strong winds. All the strong winds died down. The river, which used to be very, very sort of muddy, etc., it became very smooth, right? Because Janardana was going to be born, right? Ramanuja also gives a lot of examples. So he says, as soon as Lord Krishna was born to Devaki, he basically, Vasudeva's jail thing ended, right? And then even as a child, he started working his Maya. That is here, starting from Asuras, right? And amongst the gopis and gopas in our Nanda's place, Nanda Gopa's place, right? So he is also like so Ramanuja says it's not only sadgati, he is asadgati. He is a redeemer of the bad also. So we told the example of Shupala also, right? So why Kamsa and all, basically Bhagwan himself came and gave moksha because those people were born enemies. but they were always thinking of Sri Krishna. How do I defeat him? They are always scheming, plotting. Whereas Shishupala, he is now never thinking about that. He is like, okay, occasional thing. That is what the difference between everyone. Very good. So Sri Shankara, he has a different opinion. So he says that Taittiriya Upanishad, he gives an example. He says, if a person knows that Brahman exists, then everybody will call him good. So what happens the moment you are going to be, for example, even now people say you go to, I don't know, how many people have gone to Pondicherry, please? A show of hands. How many people have gone? Nobody has gone to Pondicherry here, sir. Hey, am I audible?
Yes, Mother.
Okay, so my question is that have you any of you gone to Pondicherry, etc.? I mean, Aurobindo Samadhi, or have you gone?
No.
So whenever you next go to Aurobindo Samadhi, you please go and sit near the Samadhi and put your right cheek on the or left cheek or forehead on the Samadhi as prayer. You can see what are the peaceful vibrations are coming from that Samadhi. So now question is that person has expired 100 years back. It is the body, it is a earthly body which is inside the tomb or inside the Samadhi. How can it give so much positive radiations? How can it bring so much happiness there? Right? So which means if this is the condition after death, how much peaceful it would have been while he was radiating and this thing. So what it says is, sadgatiḥ means once you have attained a moksha and once you are that, people will automatically be drawn towards you. It is not only animals, it will be, people will be saying, boss, I am attracted, I am feeling peaceful. Why do people go to temples? They go to temples because 50% will go because they want something, they pray something. 25% will want to go because they want to show people that I am going to temples. There will be 25% people who actually genuinely feel happy. They are at peace in the temple. There's no worldly worries. They can put everything at the feet of Bhagwan, Devi, whatever it is, and they will feel happy. So we should be in that last 25% category where we should be absorbing the peaceful radiations in temple and feeling happy. Okay, so that was what it is. Any questions, please? Okay, so satkṛtiḥ. Satkṛtiḥ means what? Sat again positive. Satkṛtiḥ, it does lot of good actions. Om satkṛtaye namaha. So Bhattar says that Bhagavan is Bhagavan. But he still played along with Maya. What is the examples? He stole the butter. He got tied to the mortar, etc., right? So Janma Karma Chame Divyam. That is Bhagavan, own words, whatever he is telling is that mere contemplation of all these acts, you don't have to say Sri Krishna, Rama, Rama, or whatever this thing. The moment you start visualizing all these things, it basically your samsara starts to go down. It starts to work on you. So people will tell, is it going to happen on day one? No, it is not going to happen on day one. It's a very, very long process. It is going to happen. Any questions, please?
Sairam, what was the question, brother?
I asked if there are any questions.
Oh, okay. Sairam, everybody, please see if you have any questions or doubts, you can clarify with Brother Girish, please. Nobody have question means everybody understanding, brother. So it's very, very good.
Yeah, it could be the other way around also. But anyway, it is all Bhagwan's Leela only. Okay, so if it is good, if it is not good also, it's okay. It's all Sarvam Shri Krishna. Okay. So, so if you look at, Chinmayanda also reminds us that as, there are many acts of Bhagwan which seem destructive. That is, for example, I mean, if you look at Sri Krishna, right? Sri Krishna's, if you read the Mahabharata, right? They sent Sri Krishna as a messenger. It's a final ditch. And he explicitly asked for 5 different villages. He did not ask for any 5 villages. So he asked for specifically 5 villages, etc. But Yudhishthira says, please try your best. I don't want to be called a sort of source why because of me thousands and thousands of people died, right? Families became. I don't want you to try your best. So Sri Krishna then tells, he said the moment they were planning to pull Draupadi's sari, they have killed themselves. I have only all finished them off that day. He says that day I took a decision. Their time is up. These are all adharmis. Now what you are going to see is, he says, don't grieve for them. Don't grieve for Bhishma saying he's your grandfather. Don't grieve for him saying that he's your cousin. Don't remember all the good times. He says the day they did all these things, their time is out. I have already finished. What you are seeing is just the Leela which is happening, that is, things are playing out. He says, even after saying that, I will try my best. So what happens? He goes to Hastinapur. What happens? Our Duryodhana says, I am going to capture him, right? And then, as I told you before, he gives a Vishwarupa Darshana. So even Duryodhana gets the Vishwarupa Darshana. Right? I mean, if you look at it, he's a very nasty guy, right? And he has done all other means, etc., etc. But he also gets a, but does it make any change in him? Not even a bit of change. Even while dying, when he is in the middle of a pond which is broken, he basically tells everything else about that they are to blame except him. And before going that, he basically does such a drama that he incites Ashwatthama and all these guys to go and butcher all the Pandavas while they are asleep. That is the last. So till the last, he is not repentant, right? So again, they are saying that satkṛtiḥ is also like that. I mean, there is a very common thing that if let us say, you're trying to, your time has come to meet Bhagwan, we are going to die, etc., right? So physical condition is that we are having a lot of pain, etc., and we are not able to think. So one of the interpretations of Chinmayananda is, he will take responsibility for you even if you are not able to think of Bhagwan at the last minute because of your physical condition. That is something very, I was actually very surprised. Chinmayananda actually tells this, and he gives a verse and quotation also to support that. Okay, and okay, so sattā is what? Om sattvāvai namaha. Sattvāvai namaha means sat. People who are with a Hindi background, Hindi speakers, sattā will means power. It means government. It means power. Sattā. So people will first come to a conclusion that Bhagavan is talking about power, government, power, red light star, and all that, right? But thing is that Sat is actually the nature of existence, goodness, etc. Sattvam. So he also says in Bhagavad Gita, he said, Sadbhave sadhu bhave cha yat ityet pariyujyate prashaste karmani tatha sachabdha partha yujyate. What does it mean? He says, he gives the explanation of Sat. Bhagavan says, I think it is in some Shloka, right? So he says that Sat is the sense of existence of goodness. And also it is applied to an auspicious action. It is applied to an auspicious action. So why Bhagavad Gita and the Vishnu Sahasrama are more considered more powerful, etc.? Can someone tell? It's a very silent crowd today.
Yes, brother, can you just repeat the question?
Why are Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasrama considered very, very powerful? Why is, I mean, Devi Mahatmya is powerful for sure. Lalita Trishati is powerful. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, because I feel that Vishnu Sahasranama, they say if we chant Vishnu Sahasranama, a lot of diseases will get cured. And Bhagavad Gita, I feel it is how we are supposed to lead our lives and implement that in our lives, because it shows how we should lead our lives without getting disappointed or frustrated or without becoming too elated also when we are happy. Is that the thing? I mean,
totally bang on point. Yeah. So the thing is, Vishnu Sahasrama is something which is given by Bhagavan himself, right? Even though it was done by Bhishma, right? Basically, it is uttered in the presence of Bhagavan himself. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself is there and he has not modified anything. So we have gone, right? We have gone over that, how it was recorded, etc., etc. Who can tell, who remembers how it was recorded? Right? People are having very short memory.
I think Bhishma Pitamaha, when he was about to die, I mean, I think Vedavyas and Ganpati will record it when Bhishma, in front of Yudhishthira and Bhishma Pitamaha.
Yes. That is, they go and ask, basically he comes and Yudhishthira, he says that, whole family is finished. Now I have to go and rule. But now I want to rule correctly as per dharma. So what is dharma? So he goes and asks Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says, why you are asking me? There's a better person. You go and ask him. So the starting of Vishnu Sahasranam is Kim Japan Muchyate Jantar. So he asks, that's all questions by Yudhishthira, right? What is who has to be worshipped? How he has to be worshipped? All those questions he asks. So in response, Bhishma says, Vishnu Sahasranama. Right? He says, everybody listens. They say, aha, this is Vishnu Sahasranama, very good. After they're coming back, they say, boss, he has told, but nobody has written it down. Now, how we will remember it? So how did that get recorded? People are not listening at all in the class. Speak out.
Make sure everybody is there in the Zoom. Just don't on and go somewhere else. Just be there, please.
So I will tell again. I mean, there is nothing. There is no great secret here. So basically, our Sahadeva was wearing a mala. That mala is from which stone? This at least now people should remember. Okay, so okay, then this is a homework. Please do the homework and tomorrow and come. So what happens? He does. So then Sri Krishna says, "Don't worry." He was wearing a Spatika Mani mala. Because he was wearing a Spatika Mani mala, Spatika Mani has the thing that all good vibrations, all vibrations are getting recorded. So he says, okay, you are telling it is getting recorded. How will we take it out? It's not like a tape recorder or a recorder or a mobile phone where you say, start recording and etc. Then Sri Krishna says, this is what the imprint has gone into Spatika Mani. Please go and take it out. Right? And this actually story has been told by our Mahaperiva himself. So there is no, sort of thing to die. So this is, so basically he was wearing a Shuddha Spatika Mala, right? And he tells him, boss, you go and do the Shiva Dhyanam, etc. And he can convert that Spatika Mala into sound, and Vyasa can write it down. And therefore, Sahadeva Vyasa, they sit where Vishnu says, Vishnu Pita had written. And Sahadeva starts dhyana, and basically, so what is the nature of Spatika? People wear Spatika Mala, right? Why Spatika Mala people wear? Because nature is that it will capture sounds in a calm environment, which can be recovered with proper dhyana. Maheshwara. Who is Maheshwara? That is Shvetambara. He is also Shweta Ambara, right? So first tape recorder is all this Spatika Mani. Okay, so very good. So that is something we are now on the same page. Any questions so far? Okay, sattā and sadbhūtiḥ. So sadbhūtiḥ. Yeah, please.
So the sound is breaking here. So can you please explain this particular mala thing that you are saying? My network is coming and going, so I didn't understand the whole thing.
Is that a question for me? If so, I am not able to hear.
The Spatika Mala. You are saying something about the Spatika Mala. I am not able to understand because the sound because of the network was.
Okay, so I'll repeat that. No worries. So the question is that, right, when Bhishma Pitamaha, he repeated the Vishnu Sahasranama, he recited it for the first time. Nobody has noted it down. Okay, nobody has noted it down. They all said, oh, we have heard Vishnu Sahasranama, we know all what is to be done. Nobody is remembering. The question comes how to retrieve it. So then Sri Krishna tells Yudhishthir, our Sahadeva, he is wearing a Spatika Mani Mala. It's a Shuddha Spatika. So basically, you go and sit with dhyana in the place, the calm environment. And basically, you do dhyana, you basically pray to Shiva, and basically he recovers. That gets transformed from that Spatika Mani because of his dhyana to sound waves. Once it gets transformed to sound waves, it is recorded. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir, you did. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, brother, it get recorded in the is it the leaves? Is it how is it?
No,
Books,
it's a Spatika Mani. Spatika Mani is, you see that white color gem sort of a thing is there.
Yeah,
So
the crystal.
Yeah. So many people wear it as a mala. They wear it as a garland, as a small necklace around their neck. So he was wearing. So.
And then they write in a paper, is it?
Yeah, so once they did dhyana to Shiva and all, they got it back and they have recorded it, and it has got transmitted from generations to generations.
Word of Shishya and that.
Yeah, so it is like Vyasa and Sahadeva sat and did meditation to Shiva, and they did it.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. So sadbhūtiḥ. Sadbhūtiḥ means what? So we had looked at Aishwaryam, right? Aishwaryam is sadbhūtiḥ. So Om Sadbhūtaye Namaha. So basically, if you look at existence itself, that is Amara Kosham, that itself is a sort of wealth. We are existing himself in life. We have got human birth. That itself is. We will not. We have a lot of problems. We will always curse. I am having that problem, this problem. This could be better. That could be better. But human birth itself is a very good anugraha. So basically, Bhattar says that for a true devotee, who is a true devotee who has given everything to Bhagavan Sri Krishna or to Bhagavan in any form, he says Bhagavan is a son, he is a friend, he is a messenger, he is a charioteer. Basically, he is their help in all forms. So if you are basically, you think that this is, you are having, difficult times, you should always visualize Bhagavan is holding our hand. He is there with us. Whatever be the bad things happens, we should always think that Bhagavan is with us. In Bhagavad Gita also, there is an instance, right? There he says that when bad things happen, there are some people who will say that Bhagavan does not exist. Right? And there are times it is very natural. You say, what is this happening in this world? Is it moral? I mean, all of us have that existence, right? The experience that we see and we say, how in the world can this happen? If there is a God, how does this happen? All right? But he says all these things are, just a leela, and it's all going on and on. Right? So Shankara Bhashya Bhagavad Pada, he also says Bhashamanatvam, that is effulgence to the bhuti he adds, is that he says that because Shankara Bhashya is more Advaita than Dvaita, he says only Bhagavan truly exists. And the glory of, or the light around God is revealed without any external object. Without Bhagavan, nothing exists, and without Bhagavan's light, nothing else is revealed. So that is Bhagavad Pada's sort of interpretation, right? Satparāyaṇaḥ. Sat we already saw. What is Bhagavad Gita? What Bhagavan Sri Krishna says about Sat. Sat means support for the good. Pārāyaṇam, supreme goal. That should be always our goal. And one he always has good people as his support. Sri Bhattar, he gives two interpretations for this nama, Narayana. He says Satparāyaṇam and Satparāyaṇaḥ. He gives. First version, Satparāyaṇam is in neutral gender. That next is in masculine gender. Bhattar says that Bhagavan is the supreme support for the good. So the same author, he has given two meanings. He says Bhagavan is the supreme support for the good. So if you are doing good things, you will have Bhagavan support. That is first version. Second version, he says the good are his supreme support. So like Bhagavan is supporting you, you also need to support Bhagavan. Dharmo rakshati rakshitah. So people will say, I am doing all these things, nothing good is happening to me. All those things will happen. Satparāyaṇaḥ. So if you look at the Mahabharata, Duryodhana had a choice. He could have either taken Sri Krishna or he could have taken all the armies. So like a common guy, I mean, everybody will, even we will do the same mistake, right? If asked to choose between Bhagwan and numerically physical thing, we will also go with the numerically physical thing, etc. Whereas Yudhishthira and Pandavas, they were not unhappy. So yatra partho tatra dhanurdhara. So he is like, wherever there is Sri Krishna, there will be Arjun, there will be Parth. And tatra Sri Vijayo, that is, victory will be there. Where victory will be there? When Sri Krishna and Arjuna are there. What is the redeeming quality of Sri Krishna and Arjuna? They are on the side of dharma. They are not adharmis, right? That is what? That is why, what is the reason for their success? The reason for the success is not because they are adharmis, right? Okay. Any questions, please?
Sai Ram, anybody have any questions? Sarita ji, Neeru, Lakshmi ji, you have any questions? You can ask.
I have a lot of questions, but
Yeah,
I don't
please ask
think
one question, any one
Okay.
important one for you.
Prabhuji will answer all your questions now.
I'm not a master. You good. Girish ji is good in. Let me tell you, everybody is good in different, the study. Okay, brother Girish is good in Vishnu and Krishna. You can ask any question to him.
No, I just wanted to know what exactly, in a nutshell, what is dharma? Is it code of conduct, a divine code of divine code of conduct, or what is it?
Oh, divine code conduct. It is dharma. Okay.
It is
That is laid down by divinity. The code of conduct laid down by the divinity, according to which all of us must live.
So let us look at the neti concept. Neti concept is what we look is, let us say we want to define something. We first go on eliminating what is not there, what it is not. So let us look at the color white. So we will say, is it black? No. Is it blue? No. Is it orange? No. We will show so many colors, and ultimately after 1 million questions, we will say it is white. So here, any action which leads to a good, it is good. What is good? It does not harm anyone, right? Now that harm anyone, for example, there is a butcher. The butcher is killing chickens, cows, everything he is killing. Do you think he is dharmi or adharmi?
He is following the butcher's dharma.
He is following the butcher's dharma. At butcher's dharma, he is following his thing. He has to take care of his family, etc., etc. So no papa will come to that level. But at a certain level, he is killing. Does he have a chance to go out of and do something else instead of killing? Everybody has a choice, right?
Yes.
I mean, we have a choice of coming and listening and do all these things, singing bhajans, or you can watch some nice movie or nice serial on OTT also, right? On a mobile, on the TV, right? There are a lot of choices, right?
Yeah, that's very, very true, brother. And also, sometime I got an offer to work into the wine industry or some other industries which against the dharma, right? So we can think also whether should I work in that industry or not, even though we only expect about only salary, but we doesn't attach to anything what they are manufacturing. But still, the amount coming from that business means that's not good. That's what I understand. Correct?
So that will not affect your generation. The results will be seen. Let us say you are doing wine, right? All this gambling, all these things. The result will not be seen in this generation, right? At the children's generation, you will start to see the effects. That is, the rate of divorces and, the children being mentally retarded and all that stuff. It's only a question of time. When we think that there are no sort of side effects, if you look at tangible data on the ground, right, it takes time, right? It takes time. The problem with us is we expect everything to happen. He has done something bad today. Tomorrow he should get instant justice. It does not happen like that. The wheels of karma, they grind very slowly. They will grind. They will grind slowly, but it is surely. It is not you. It is your santan. It is your this thing. Everybody will get that thing. There is no doubt on that.
Or brother, even it's possible that next life also we may affect it, right? Because this karma can be reflected. Future means next life also possible.
Yes, I mean, even though we have so much evidence of reincarnation, etc., and people have got NLP, right? Past life regression, etc. I mean, I cannot say, for example, what I was in my previous birth. Some people are able to tell. For example, of one of my friends, he is able to basically, he did NLP, he was able to find out what his previous thing was. But 99.99% we do not know. We are only able to see physically evidence of what is happening in the real life. Now, we do not know that person who did only thing, whether he is reborn as a cactus or he is as a cockroach or as a king. We do not know. So that is.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
Seen very clearly so that is when you look at this, the placement of planets in your horoscope, that is exactly your balance sheet. The balance sheet comes the time, the position of planets in your horoscope exactly tells what is the balance sheet, what you have inherited. So people say, right, we do not know why this is happening to me, etc. That balance sheet shows why it is happening.
Thank you, brother. And
Sairam, brother, can I ask a question related to that?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like brother just said now, that when the child is born with the balance sheet. So that means it is the child's own making, isn't it? The karma. Does it have anything to do with, like brother said, if the parents do good, I mean, or do bad, it affects the child. So the next generation. So each person, when they are born, what they are born with, is it their own karma or is it related to the family itself?
Both. You saw, for example, let us say you are one day walking along the street. I am in a very bad mood. I take a pistol and you come before me and I shoot you. Okay. Now there is a karmic debt between two souls. Okay.
Okay.
So now this is assuming that there was no previous. So any karma will be either bound by previous birth or it will originate in you. That's all. So let us say there was no relation. I got upset. You were coming. I shot you, and one person died. Now that soul, it will be reborn, and that balance has to get settled either when the person who has killed is there, or he will take rebirth, and that has to get settled. That is set. Without that settlement happening, there is no this thing. So the question is, you will take part in a family. For example, you choose your parents, for there is no this thing, and which will allow you to fulfill your karma, whether positive or negative, right? So you also do. And there is for example, King Janaka, Sita Devi's father. He is very interested. He says, I want to know who my wife was. Then Vashishta says, she was your, mother in 3 generations previously. So the Janaka gets very upset. He says, now this birth, she is my wife. 3 generations previously, she was my mother. So even evolved, or King Janaka is like a evolved soul. His kingdom was very prosperous because he was extremely good. He was pious. He was very positive, right? He's a dharmic guy. But even a person like him cannot accept many things. So it's a very complicated sort of framework. But to answer your question, it's both. So you will have unfinished business also. So that is why you see children will suffering because of their parents, and parents will suffer because of the children, and all these things.
So that means the karmas are connected together from past births.
Yes. So you see that, one boy, he sees one girl, they like immediately, they get married. Right. It is like they say it is love at first sight. It is not love at first sight. If you look at all these things, there will be a lot of things playing in the background. But you know, life is very short for us to, you know, go very deep. Nobody will go very deep unless you are very interested in all these things.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Sai Ram.